right there? Now, here's a question. What's better than brilliant sound? Brilliant stereo sound, that's what. And if you can achieve brilliant stereo performance from a product that looks and feels as good as it sounds, well, you're definitely living your best life. Which brings me, not entirely coincidentally, to the Ruark Audio R2 MK4. The Ruark Audio R2 has been winning auspicious awards since it was first launched in 2007. And with this latest version, Ruark Audio has not so much gone to town as gone to town, come back home again to put on its best clobber, and then gone back into town for a big night out. There's a Ruark Audio R2 MK4 right here in this box, so I'm going to open this up so that we can find out what's required to make the best stereo tabletop radio / music streamer around. Well, you can tell even from the box that this is going to be a premium item, but let's face it, the box is just the box, and it's what's inside that counts. Now, what's inside here at the top is a warranty card and an opportunity to get a free 3-year guarantee, which is not to be sniffed at. There is a quick start guide to getting the best out of your R2 MK4, and there is mains power for the UK and for Europe. And then underneath all of that, and inside quite a lot of easily recyclable and environmentally sound packaging, there is the main event, which is the R2 MK4. So inside this branded tie string bag, there is a Ruark Audio R2 MK4. This particular one is in a very fetching espresso finish, although you may prefer the equally pleasing light cream alternative. Either way, whichever of the finishes you choose, you'll find yourself in possession of a really good looking device with some furniture grade woodwork on the front here, the sort of dimensions that let you know it means business without being all in your face, and the sort of heft that lets you know that this is a quality item. So, as is only reasonable, you have any number of options when it comes to getting music out of your R2 MK4. There are some physical connections around the back of the cabinet here. First of all, there's a telescoping aerial. This is a radio after all. And behind there, a USB-C input for use with flash drives, a 3.5mm analog output for use with headphones, a 3.5mm analog input, and a connection to mains power. But of course there is a lot of wireless connectivity here as well. As I say, this is a radio, which means you have FM with RDS, DAB and DAB Plus radio reception, and internet radio via Airable, which means that without any effort or pain whatsoever, you have access to the entire planet's worth of radio broadcasts. And no matter what you choose to listen to, the sound is served up by 18 watts of Class AB amplification for proper hi-fi credibility. That drives two 75mm full-range Natural Sound Plus drivers behind the slatted grille here, and that gives a frequency response of 55 Hz to 20 kHz. In real terms, that means deep, punchy bass to crisp, sparkling treble and everything in between. There are two bass reflex ports on the bottom of the cabinet here to reinforce those low frequencies, and you have tone controls covering off bass, treble, loudness and 3D audio. Control of your R2 MK4 is available via the logical, stable and free Octave control app for iOS or Android. The classic Ruark Audio rotor dial is recessed into the top of the cabinet. This covers off all the major functions, and it's where you get access to 8 presets each for FM, DAB, DAB Plus and internet radio. You have the option of buying a remote control handset. No matter how you choose to control your R2 MK4 though, there is a big, crisp and bright OLED display on the front letting you know exactly what's what. So, lovely decorative looks? Check. Extensive specification to cover every eventuality? Check. Sound quality to exceed even the most optimistic expectations? Check, check and check again. So what happens when I go to town is that I pocket dial someone I haven't spoken to in ages, I spend a lot of money and I end up with a weapons grade headache. When Ruark Audio goes to town, what happens is the R2 MK4 and we all benefit. You can buy the R2 MK4 from Ruark Audio or from any of its high quality retail partners, and you can find out more at ruarkaudio.com.